Hi guys, good morning. How's everybody doing today? As I promised, I'm gonna show y'all how to make my biscuits and gravy. So I already have my biscuits in the oven. We're gonna go ahead and throw in our sausage into this pan because it's really hot, it's ready. And we'll get started. So I've got a pound of Italian sausage and a pound of breakfast sausage. Going in to the pan. All right, and I have this at like a high-ish heat, high, medium high. Hi, Brent. All right, so this is gonna sizzle. We wanna let it kind of sit and brown a little bit so that it gets nice and crispy. And we're gonna add everything into this. So just kind of watch this for a minute. I'm gonna throw this away real quick and rinse my hands. This recipe is so easy to make, y'all, and it's delicious. If y'all have ever been into the shop for our Sunday brunch, which we're currently not doing, then you've had this, I'm sure, because it's a favorite. So I'm just gonna kind of move these around a little bit and break it up. And in the pan, I already put, you don't have to do this, I do it sometimes, but I already put about a tablespoon of olive oil into here just to kind of help with the sausage sticking. And usually what I'll do is I'll break this up with my hands before I put it in, before it gets hot, like right when I put it in, which seems to be easier. You can also use a potato masher. I should probably be doing that right now. But that's okay. So we're just gonna brown this. Like I said, my biscuits are already in the oven. We're doing this little video on the gravy side of the biscuits and gravy, and we'll do a biscuit recipe another time if y'all want to see that. Y'all need to let me know. All right. So we're gonna cook this down until there's no more pink. Can y'all see this? I'm hoping you can. It's kind of a shadow on it. Let me see if I can fix that anyway. That helps a little. A wee bit, maybe. Hi, cousin. Y'all, it's Memorial Day weekend, and this is about as exciting as it's gonna get for me. That's okay. Not about exciting. It's about remembering the people who have served for this country. My cousin, Michael, and Kate, they're about to head out to different territories across the country. I don't know if I'm supposed to say where, so I'm not going to. But, you know, keep them in your prayers that they're safe through their tours. I'm super proud of them. They just got married. Love it. All right, this is noisy, I'm sorry. But you know what, what's cooking if it's not noisy and a little messy, right? Speaking of noisy, Jerry's been cray this morning. Goodness. I'm surprised he isn't up here, but he got fed, so maybe that's why he was acting crazy. And Dustin's up now, so So he's kind of calmed down. He gets a little wiry sometimes. He's the cutest cat ever. He's gazing out the window right now. All right, so this is looking good. Just mixing that up. So I do have preferences, y'all, on things. I'm gonna share that with you. Olive Scacciati, I sell their sausage at the shop. I am very partial to that sausage for a commercial sausage, Italian sausage. And then when it comes to breakfast sausage, I just don't like Owens. Sorry. Y'all do a great product, it just doesn't fit my profile. My flavor profile. So I prefer Jimmy Dean sausage, breakfast sausage. If you like that, if you have another favorite, use that. One thing that I do like about Jimmy Dean's is they do have an all natural line that is what I like to use. Hi Kay, great to see you too. All right, so this is gonna finish up browning. Now that I've chopped it all up, I'm just gonna let it kind of sit for a minute. And let it, because there's a little bit of pink left, and I'm going to grab our flour. So the secret with the flour is not about an amount. I mean, if you wanted to have an amount, then I would say maybe a couple tablespoons to a quarter cup, but we're going to measure that out right now. So you've got your grease in the pan, right? So that's going to be the fat that you're using to make the roux, okay? So we're going to take our quarter cup. We're going to start with a quarter cup and see how that looks. So what you want to do make sure it's nice and broken up too, because this is going on top of biscuits. I don't love like little tiny pieces. I like some differentiation in there. Is that a word? Did I just make that up? Differentiation? I like some different sizes, variety, huh? Goodness. Let me go back to my thesaurus, okay? Before I do the next video, goodness. So I like the different sizes to kind of give some texture, different textures in the gravy, okay? So, but you don't want it bigger than like, I don't know what size this is, right? Like that's probably the biggest piece I'm gonna want to see in here, okay? So let's go ahead and pour in our flour. So we're gonna sprinkle this all over, okay? Don't do it in one spot, all right? So sprinkle dinkle all over and mix it in, all right? So that was 1/4 cup. We're gonna add 1 more quarter cup because it's still pretty greasy. What you wanna do with this flour is soak up the grease that's in there to help create that like base, that roux. Some people do it differently. This is how I do it, y'all, when they're making biscuits and gravy. Okay, there's the other. And that's looking good. So you're coating, like think of it like for you ladies and some of you guys who wear makeup, think of it as like mattifying your face, right? You got a greasy face. You're gonna just add this flour to kind of matte the sausage so that it doesn't look as greasy, right? Y'all, this is not heart healthy, okay? I'm gonna do just a touch more, maybe like equivalent to a tablespoon more. Okay, don't get too cray. All right, at this point is when I like to add a little bit of my seasoning, okay? So there's a lot of gravy we're making. So we're gonna start with a tablespoon. I have a tablespoon, there it is. Start with a tablespoon of Macio's seafood seasoning. I'm sorry, it's backwards. I've had some complaints about that, but I have to be able to see what I'm doing, right? So we're gonna start with 1 tablespoon, we're going 2. 2 looks good. How do I know 2? How do you know how much to season? Look, the way I do it, the way I've been taught my whole life is to look. Look at the color, look at the amount. If that seasoning looks like it's enough seasoning to coat all of the food that you're cooking with, it's probably enough, all right? But you don't want to overdo it. You just want to kind of see it well blended in, right? All right, so now I'm going to add my milk in, okay? So here we go. We're going to go slowly with about a cup first. Stir that in. This is going to get thick fast, okay, y'all? Oh man, this looks so good. All right, another cup. Stir that in. You don't hear sizzle anymore, which is good. And the color is a pretty color. I don't know what color this is. I'm usually really good with colors and matching them up to Crayola colors, because y'all, that was my jam when I was younger. Crayolas, crayons, all right? I used to collect them and I had favorite colors. Y'all tell me if y'all had favorite colors, if you're weird like me. Brick red and seafoam green and cerulean were my three favorites. And I was that weird kid who wouldn't let you color with those because I wouldn't even color with them. So if I'm not, you're not. Bring your own crayons if you want to color with those. All right, so we're slowly adding it in. At this point, you're just going to mix it in so to get to the amount and the consistency that you want to see, okay? So if you like yours a little more, like a thicker gravy with not as much sausage with every serving, then add way more milk. If you like it with a ton of sausage, you could honestly stop at any point in time after about the second cup of milk, okay? So we're mixing it up. Biscuits are ready. So I'm gonna give a little more milk to this, all right? And while that incorporates and thickens up on its own, I'm gonna get these biscuits out of the oven. I cooked them for about 12 minutes, so they should be perfect. All right, here are my biscuits. Let's get some light on in this place, y'all. It's morning. Okay, we're setting those aside and back to the gravy. Looks delish. And I'm gonna go all the way show y'all how to plate this, okay? And so at the bottom, the flour should have made like caking. When you add your milk, use your spatula and just kind of, and if you're, use a wooden spatula, okay? So when you're doing this, just kind of scrape it along slowly. Don't scrape, but just kind of, you know, make contact with it. And some of that will come up and it'll dissipate into the milk and it'll make it thicker, and that's full of flavor, okay? So, now, I like mine thicker than my dad likes his, so that's always a point of contention at the shop because it is my recipe, but it is his restaurant. So I have to be mindful of how he wants things and I want things. So good thing we're here cooking at home because I can, you know, decide what thickness I want. That's also the beauty of when you make gravy, sausage gravy, is you can, you know, you can do it to your own taste buds, your own desires, okay? All right, so this looks good. I'm gonna grab a plate. We're gonna plate up this biscuit and gravy, and I'm gonna go serve it to Dustin and breakfast in bed. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna back up so y'all can see everything. All right, I'm gonna give him 2 biscuits. He worked late last night. I'm sure he's hungry. And then what I like to do is kind of jazz it up a little bit and throw a, like a sunny side up egg on top of this. So good. All right, one other thing, it's my little secret, not 100%, and I'm telling y'all, I honey my biscuits before I put the gravy on. It adds an extra flavor, a little more depth, so you have the sweet, the savory, which is already going on in this gravy, because you're using the sweet Italian sausage and the Southern seasoning and the, you know, breakfast sausage and all of that, that's gonna be going on in here. But then to pair that up with the biscuit is just dynamite. Let me grab the honey. Okay, so we're just gonna drizzle some of that. Y'all, I highly suggest purchasing local honey wherever you live, because it's good for your health and it's good for the environment. It's good for the bees and the beekeepers and everybody in between. All right, so, and then also real quick little ditty on bees. If you aren't allergic, try your hand at beekeeping. Destin is a beekeeper as a hobby, and he loves it, but it's really great for our yard and our neighbors' yards because they pollinate and they like make the world go round, y'all. So love on the bees if you're willing. Whitney, I'm looking at you. I feel like you should have bees, okay? Maybe not with all the little girls. So I'm changing my mind. Erica, you can have bees, okay? All right, y'all. You know what, Liz, okay, 5 and 2. What's a farm without bees? I'm just saying. All right, here we go. We are gonna put this on top. Okay. Y'all are seeing this, I hope. Just smother it, y'all. Smother. Okay, I gotta go. All right, this is a lot. All right, so at Macia's, this would be considered a double serving. Here, let me get it in. This is too bright. So double serving, right? And then I already chopped up my green onion is what I garnish with, okay? So just taking a little bit of that, sprinkle dinkle on top, and you're ready to eat. All right, y'all? Happy Memorial Day, happy Sunday. God is good. Y'all go out, love on people. Bye.